Buenos días. Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? I was going to start singing. I'm sorry. I'm getting into the spirit of today's En Casa con la Plaza, a special Saturday morning in casa with a special guest. Before I start, my name is Abelardo de la Peña Jr., Director of Marketing and Communications with La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. This is La Plaza's virtual programming. We've been doing it now since April of last year during the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic. And now we're easing out of the pandemic. Things are getting normal, semi-normal. And we want to do something special today. If you've joined us on Zoom, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Use the chat feature, use the Q&A feature. Let us know where you're viewing from. Ask questions, make comments. We'll save them for the end of the session. Those of you who have joined us on Facebook, use the comments section, ask questions, make comments. Share with your friends. Lourdes Morales, buenos días to you for joining us. Before we get started, a few updates. La Plaza has reopened Thursday through Sunday from noon to 4 p.m. Go to our website, lapca.org. Make reservations. You could even come and visit us from 12 to 4, and we may just let you in. We recently opened an exhibition. Only light can do that. Incredible neon art installation covering our Main Street windows. It's by Patrick Martinez, part of the We Rise initiative, LA County Department of Health Services, Mental Health Services, in support of Mental Health Awareness Month. Visit day or night, 24/7. Public programming begins in May with Molcajete Dominguero, a Latino tianguis, and our historic Paseo walkway. And finally, the LA Arts Recovery Fund, initiated by the Getty Trust, administered by the California Community Foundation, announced more than $37 million worth of grants to various arts organizations, institutions, including, yes, La Plaza de Cultura y Artes was a very generous 1.2 million grant, which will enable us to expand our programming, exhibitions, and educational initiatives, and develop long-delayed capital improvement projects. So that's really great news. And now, one of our first guests that we had in Casa con la Plaza, a wonderful singer, educator, really nice person. Please welcome Sara Quintanar, Music with Sara. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody out there. I'm so happy to be back. So thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It was wonderful having you as one of our first guests on En Casa, man, a while back.
It was really fun. Thank you so much. It was really fun to share some music that I hadn't been able to share in a while. So, and I wasn't in classes, so it was really great.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and Music with Sara.
Oh, wow. My name is Sara Quintanar. I've been teaching music for over 20 years now. Isn't that crazy? In some way, shape, or form, I have been. And I started mostly at a dual language school here in Glendale that my kids were going to. And the music program just flourished because teaching music in Spanish, it turned out to be the perfect way to teach the language and for children to learn how to speak. And everybody knows that learning songs is one of the best ways to learn a language.
It sure is.
And my mom's from Mexico. She's from Monterrey. And so I learned Spanish from my grandparents and my mom. And so luckily I had a little bit of background. I mean, I'm still learning, and even with the music and the songs, it's just day to day. I'm still learning so much. But I mean, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get stuck. So anyways, I learned Spanish, but I've been teaching my kids and I've still been making music. So all these past 20 years and the past 10, I started recording music in Spanish for children. And it's all online on Spotify, and it's been 6 albums now, and they're still coming.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, the inspiration for this is I became an abuelo for the 9th time. And
wow.
And one of the things that I like to share with my grandchildren is real simple songs. I start off the one that I like the best is God, I even forgot what it was. Pon,
Is it
pon,
a
pon, pon, niño, pon, la manita en el copón, el piecito en el rincón, viene la vieja, le da coscorrón, ay, que me duele la cabecita. And it goes from there.
That's
So-
funny. Oh, that reminds me of one I wasn't going to share, but my mother-in-law, she would sing to my children. So my kids, abuelos, she would sing a la Ricky, Ricky Ran, los maderos de San Juan piden queso, les dan un hueso, and then she would get close and tickle them and say, a la Ricky, Ricky Ran.
Beautiful. That's a good start. Well, let's hear what you remember, songs that maybe your mom, your grandparents taught you, songs that you've prepared for us today.
I learned most of the songs in Spanish that I know now by teaching. And there were teachers like Señorita Carvajal, my daughter's first, her kindergarten teacher. She shared with me songs that actually her parents and grandparents taught her. So today I have a few of those. And I asked my mom, because I remember my mom singing to us, or just saying like, Luna, luna, comiendo su tuna, tirando las cáscaras para la laguna. And I was trying to think back, like, what did she sing to us besides La Cucaracha? And I asked her too, and she told me yesterday, Sara, I can't remember. Like, she's like, I'm not remembering a lot. But my grandfather was really big. He loved the opera and he loved music. And so they would listen to a lot of music, but they would listen to records, I guess. But we had Cri Cri in the house, and we had an album of A Coro de Niños. And so there's some of those songs today I want to share. So I went back to the records and what the teachers taught me. So I guess I'll just kick it off. Okay.
All right. Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
Okay. First, if you're out there and you're listening or you're with your children, put your hands together. We're going to clap a little to start. And when I clap our song, just to get started, I sing a song called Bienvenidos, because I want to thank you for welcoming me here. And I want to welcome you to my class with me. So we tap our legs and clap our hands like this, like this. And we're going to sing Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Vamos a cantar. And then we're going to say, vamos a jugar. Freeze. Okay, so when I play that on the guitar, make sure you move around a little bit with me, okay? So we can warm up our voices. If we're gonna sing all these songs from abuelos y amigos y ancestros, tenemos que calentar la voz, okay? Vamos a cantar. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Vamos a cantar, la, 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 bienvenidos. Sing with me. Bienvenidos, vamos a jugar. Vamos a jugar. Una vez más, ¿ok? Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Vamos a cantar, la, la, la. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Vamos a jugar. Yay, y un aplauso, clase, un aplauso. Y siempre digo un aplauso redondo, okay? So, since I mentioned Cri Cri, I don't know, raise your hand out there if you ever listened to Cri Cri. I don't know if anyone's out there. It's like, who remembers? There were probably hundreds of songs written on those Cri Cri records and albums. And then I'm sure maybe you've heard El Ratón Vaquero. I was thinking about how much we heard that. And remember, it had that violin. You know, it would go on and on and on. It had that great instrumentation and all the orchestra. I loved Cri Cri. So he would say, El ratón vaquero sacó sus pistolas, se inclinó el sombrero y me dijo a solas. Anyone remember this? What the heck is this house for a manly cowboy mouse? Hello, you let me out and don't catch me like a mouse. Con que sí, ya se ve que no estabas quieta ahí. Aunque habla inglés, no te dejaré salir. Do you remember that kind of? Anybody remember? Sing with me again. Let's try it over again. El ratón vaquero sacó sus pistolas, se inclinó el sombrero Y me dijo a solas, what the heck is this house for a manly cowboy nuts? Hello, you, let me out and don't catch me like a trout. Trout, wasn't that funny? I never knew what he was saying. He says, con que sí, ya se ve que no estás a gusto aquí. Y aunque hables inglés, no te dejaré salir. So it's just a little piece of Cri Cri, since I think we all really love those songs.
Well, we have Max Barrera, he remembers Cri Cri from Orizaba, Veracruz. And
wow.
his real name was Gavilondo Soler.
Wow. I'm sure there's so much I don't know, and probably hundreds of other songs that I didn't learn. I want to share something really quick. I brought a picture of my abuelita Araceli, and this is her and her family. And so this is my grandma right here, just so you can see. And this is my mom's mom. And I just want to share with you her photo while I was here today, since we're talking about our abuelos.
And what was the song? Did you remember any songs that she would sing, or the music that she would like to listen to?
I remember my grandma, she lived with us for a while when I was young. And no, I actually do not remember her singing to me anything. And she just wasn't a singing type of person. It wasn't that she was, and so actually there wasn't much music. My parents didn't sing that much to me as a kid. And but what's awesome is that they did help me learn music. Mm-hmm. So it was really important for them for me to play piano, and then I got lessons, and that helped facilitate, me learning this. And then as the years went by, then we did play music more and sing more. And as I became a teacher, that's where I feel like I really connected with my mom, sharing these songs, because she actually knew them, and then she would sing with us. And when she had grandchildren, then we would sing a lot more. Everybody was working hard. There wasn't always a lot of time to sit down and do that. That wasn't part of a memory I had, but it's still important to me. And I know my grandfather, who passed, he loved music so much. And so there was always a lot of pride that I got into music, because they thought he would have been happy.
Nice. Well, what's one that share another song with us, please?
I have plenty. Here's one that one thing that our parents did, and my grandma did do, is like we would watch like Pedro Infante together. And there would be like, if a movie was on, she would sit down and she would watch, and she would ask me to watch with her. So here's one called Arre 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 Mi Burrita. It was if you look at Pedro Infante and La Burrita, it's really funny. It's so comical, but we learned this song together. It goes like this: Arre 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 mi burrita, aquí mi chu, aquí mi chu. Arre 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 mi burrita, aquí mi chu, aquí mi chu. Aquí mi chubo mi burrita, aunque vaya enojadita, porque no le di su alfalfa, porque no le di su maíz. And this is funny, because he says maíz when he sings. And I was like, what's maíz? And I asked my mother-in-law, what did he say? He said, it was just a joke. It was just how he would say it for maíz. Mm-hmm. And he would say that about the donkey, porque no le di su maíz. And then he keeps going, pobrecita mi burrita, ya no puede caminar. Unos pasos para adelante y unos pasos para atrás. Arre, arre, mi burrita, no me hagas enojar, porque ya pronto llegaremos y te voy a dar tu maíz. It was funny how he said that. So clap with me, my friends. Let's just sing it one more time. And if you're at home and you can think about riding a donkey, well, go ahead. Okay, we're gonna go. So just get on the ride. We're gonna go. One more time. Ready? Arre, 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 mi burrita. Aquí mi chu. Aquí mi chu. Arre, 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 mi burrita. Aquí mi chu. Aquí mi chu. Aquí mi chuba, mi burrita, aunque vaya enojadita, porque no le di su alfalfa, porque no le di su maíz. Pobrecita mi burrita, ya no puede y otros pasos para atrás. Arre, arre, mi burrita, no me hagas enojar porque ya pronto llegaremos y te voy a dar tu maíz.
Thank you so much. Well, we have Oscar Orozco. He's saying Pedro Infante was awesome. And yes, a lot of us agree Pedro Infante was awesome. In fact, we had about a month and a half ago on En Casa con la Plaza, Lupita Infante, Pedro Infante's granddaughter. Pedro Infante's granddaughter, who is a singer and a songwriter in her own right, and an amazing talent and a very incredible personality with a really nice story to tell. So thank you for sharing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's why I wanted to share that, because even though maybe they didn't sing, or my grandma didn't sing to me, sometimes you sit down and if you see something like that and you're able to sing, that's a musical connection that you can share. And so if there are parents out there who aren't necessarily musical and they don't sing, it just doesn't come naturally to sing nursery songs or lullabies, it's important to just put the music on, and you can let someone else sing for you, and then you can sing together, as long as it's there. Any questions, or shall I?
Well, right here, Samba Mendez is saying, Arre mi burrito is famous in Costa Rica as well. I heard the Costa Rican group Los Ixos sing it, and it is funny as fetch.
Funny. I guess going with the funny songs, my daughter's third grade teacher, her name was Señorita Bennett at the time. She told me her grandfather taught her a song. So this is a song from her abuelo that, and I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if you want to look it up while I'm singing it, but this is called El Gato Viudo. Have you heard that song? Okay, everybody sit down for a second because it's a little long, but it's funny, okay? So there were so many words. I used to teach this to second and third graders and some who were just learning Spanish. And we would have to sit there and really read each syllable at a time. It was a lot of words for them, but they learned it. And it's very fun to sing in harmony or with a friend. So listen to the song. It's called El Gato Viudo. We'll start here. Cuando la luna se pone regandota como una pelotota y alumbra el callejón, soy el maullido del triste gato viudo y su lomo peludo se enriza con horror. Pero no falta quien mande el zapatazo, que salga un chavalazo, quitarle el chillón. En el alero del místico tejado, el gato se ha quejado cantando esta canción. And you say gato because this is now el gatito hablando. Para curar mi mal de amores, dijeron los doitores, no había salvación. Ahora me dicen gato viudo porque una gata pudo quitarme lo chiquión. Antes sacaba del mandado, me daba mi helado, mi cine, mi curbón. Ahora con lo que me ha pasado me tiene más enfriado que un hielo de highball. Con este triste oída serenata, la noche es una lata, no duerme más que yo. Salió una vieja con cuentes, crema y bata y le pidió a la gata tuviera compasión. Pero la tina se hace remolona, pues dice la patrona que ya no deja jalón. Porque el pobre gato está pagando el pato, allá va otro zapato, va otra canción. See how many words there are here? And otra vez el gato dice, para curar mi mal de amores, dijeron los doitores que no había salvación. Ahora me dicen gato viudo porque la gata pudo quitarme lo chiquión. Antes sacaba del mandado, me daba mi helado, mi cine, mi curbón. Ahora con lo que me ha pasado me tiene más friado que un hielo de highball.
All right. Well,
but that's from el abuelito y los papás de la maestra profesora Ben.
Well, thank you. Here on Google, I'm seeing the songwriter was Salvador Flores Rivera. And there's several versions. One is by Chava Flores.
That's the famous one. And it's really funny. There's, I think, a cartoon that goes with it and he sings it. You know, it's very dramatic. It's fun.
Nice.
I highly recommend. Listen to someone else sing it too. Everybody has, you know, different versions of songs too. There's songs that we learned or even the poems that we learned, and you'll hear it similar but different ways in different countries. I don't know if you've heard arroz con leche. They sing it differently in Mexico than they do in Puerto Rico, and I have a version from Puerto Rico. There's this book that we used to use. It's called Arroz con Leche, and these are different songs that are out there. I'm sure you can still find this book, but you know, we used to use some of these resources in school. And so they have Arroz con Leche, and they have a version from Puerto Rico. So I don't know if anyone out there is from Puerto Rico, but I'm going to share that version really quick, okay?
All right.
Arroz con leche se quiere casar con una viudita de la capital, que sepa coser, que sepa bordar, que ponga la aguja en el campanar. Yo soy la viudita, la hija del rey. Me quiero casar, pero no encuentro con quién. Contigo sí, contigo no. Contigo mi vida me casaré yo.
Very nice. Yeah, it is a little bit different from the version that I learned.
Yeah, it's different. They have different words, and they say La Señorita de San Nicolás, and I mean, there's so many versions out there, but I'd like to hear how other people sing it.
That'd be nice. Well, we have Oscar Orozco. You guys are taking me down memory lane. The little teary emoji, thanks you, and then he's got the little hand emoji there. So thank you. This is definitely bringing us back. Singing the Samba Mendes, singing the Tico version, Arroz con leche me quiero casar con una señorita de Portugal.
Oh, that's a different one. I've never heard that one. There's another, I think if we look up this song, so I like that you were doing a little research here, but here's another song that the maestra señorita Carvajal, she shared with us when we were learning, when my daughter was learning Spanish. It was called Mi Querido Capitán. So if you look this up, the only version or some of the versions it's like a show tune. So it's this big fancy musical. And there's a woman who sings it. So maybe we'll find out the name. This one goes like this. And so if you're singing with me, we have to get a high note. Okay. So everybody take a deep breath. Hold it. Let it go. We're going to get this note up here. Soy. It's not that high. We're trying to get there. We say, soy capitán primero. Okay. Soy capitán primero, el más valiente del batallón. Pero cuando enamoro, soy general de división. Okay, let's start that over. I remember that the syllables kind of have to mush, okay? When we say, pero cuando enamoro, I want to say cuando enamoro, but we have to say, pero cuando enamoro, soy general y de división. Okay, so now you know the words. Let's start over. Soy capitán primero, el más valiente del batallón. Pero cuando enamoro, soy general y de división. It goes like this. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Okay, it's not over yet, my friends. We have to get high, okay? Otra vez soy. So then you'll know that. Ay, 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 ay. I want you to sing with me, okay? So soy capitán. Soy capitán primero, el más valiente del batallón. Pero cuando enamoro, soy general y de división. Ay, 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 ready? Ay, 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 mi querido capitán, mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán. Ay, 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 mi querido capitán.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, looking it up here, it had who the songwriter was. It's Jose A. Palacios was the name of, was the singer, and yeah, that's all it says. So
there's a woman, and she's I guess she was a famous actress, and she sings it. If you look it up on YouTube, I don't know where we but if you look it up, and it's the first one that comes up, she's out there and she's singing it in this really awesome outfit.
okay, yeah, there's somebody named Esmeralda. Esmeralda, mi querido capitán.
Fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
All right. A little side here. In this year of the pandemic, of course, you have not been able to do face-to-face lessons with your students. How have you been doing? How have you been keeping up with your students, and your students keeping up with you?
Well, great question. I have 3 kids of my own, and so juggling the new schedules and online learning was a little challenging, but luckily I had two that started homeschooling, and it worked out a little easier for us. A daughter who just jumped into college quick, and my son got to do a lot, with me home and outdoors a lot. So we made our own little adjustments, but when it came to music and teaching, that was tough because I was teaching at 6 different like preschools and daycares, and so I wasn't able to be with the kids face to face. So we transitioned pretty quickly to online, and where I would meet in Zoom rooms, and I was holding weekly chorus classes, and kids actually from around the country were able to join in and learn music with me each week. And I did that through summer. It was actually really fun, and my son made friends with some kids from different parts of the country. And I ended up getting private students that learned, to play instruments privately with me, which I never did before. I said, I'll never teach piano or guitar or voice privately. I never thought I would do that. And now I have 9 students. Now I have 9 private students, and I teach them online each week.
Fantastic. Well,
so those are some of the things.
Yeah, we've all had to make adjustments, of course. Ours is doing these Zoom sessions throughout, not only on behalf of our programming, but also our education department, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So, but you've also been doing your own personal projects.
Right. Yeah, I stayed pretty busy, and one thing I did this year was I don't know if anyone out there has heard any of my albums, but for the first 3 albums, my daughters and other young children were singing with me on those albums. I felt that including the voice of a child was really important in children's music for me. So in the first album, it was a bunch of kids from Franklin. I was teaching at, and then on the second it was my daughters, and my third was my daughters, and my son, who's much younger than my older daughters. I thought it was time to include him. So I got to record a song of Dia de los Muertos, and that my son got to sing on, and really capturing their voices to me is so important. So having my son on that song is great. And then he wrote a song about el unicornio when he was in first grade. And he really wanted to have a song about a squid, and this is in Spanish. And so he said he wanted a song with a unicorn and a squid. So he wrote it, and we recorded it years ago on my phone. And this year I put it out. It's called ¿Dónde está el unicornio? Y el unicornio está en el mar con el calamar, y está en la tierra jugando en la Está en la sierra, jugando en la tierra. So it has these fun rhymes. And so this year really got me to get to the studio and record a few projects. And I did a full album with my friend from Cincinnati. She's an amazing music teacher with Spanish play dates. If you look that up, there's amazing classes for children to connect with language, play, and songs. And we've been working together. It's Spanish play dates with Maestra Ana. And she uses my music, and I've been able to record her amazing, she writes the songs and I write the music. So she would write the words and I do the music. And we put together a full album this summer together to teach songs, simple songs in Spanish to learn the language.
And have they been released, or are they in?
They're on Spotify, and it's one of my newest. Oh, it's my newest full album that we put out, and she still teaches and does these amazing classes that can reach kids all over, all over the world. And so I love working with educators because they're able to tell me exactly what they need to teach language the best they can. And it's really a privilege for me to be able to make that music for them, which works the best. And then singing is the best way to learn the language, in my opinion. So I was happy to work with her, and I worked with another teacher during quarantine and during this time. And she put out a book called A veces en inglés y a veces en español. And I wrote a song for that book.
Well, fantastic. And could we find all this information and links on your website, music?
Yes, about the book with Josefina Caballo. It's all on my Spotify. If you look up Music with Sara on Spotify or on YouTube, or my website, and a new video. Oh, actually, since I'm out here chatting about myself, I worked with some really great Latino artists this year too, that was able to collaborate with visual artists. My friend Ever Flores, he directed and did an animated video for my song La Llorona, which was amazing and beautiful. And my friend Alejandra Ledesma has been doing the artwork for my albums and my new videos. And so I'm really happy to work with other Latino artists and illustrators to just make content.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Well, here we have from Samba. She's saying, I heard your albums, Maestra Sara. There are increasingly covers from Latin American countries outside of Mexico, and I love that. So do you have another one from outside of Mexico that you'd like to share with us?
I don't know where this is from. It is this song. Outside of Mexico. Let me think about it. I really can't think off the top of my head. I don't know where these songs all came from. Let me look really quick. I have a little book here, and to see if there was one from another country. Okay, so from Puerto Rico is Que Llueva. I also have another funny one. I think it's from Argentina, La Gallina Turuleca.
All right.
And that a lot. So let me just tune this little guitar. I think that a little. It's okay. Okay, Que Llueva, Que Llueva. I think it was a song that they would sing, like, to ask for rain. I don't know if anyone's ever heard it. Que llueva, la Virgen de la Cueva. Que llueva, la Virgen de la Cueva. And then los pajaritos. Let me see how it goes. But side note, the reason I actually know the song is because of La Víbora de la Mar. Does anyone know that one? La Víbora de la Mar. I wanted to play it. Do you mind if I play it on my box so I can sing along?
That's one that I remember. La Víbora de la Mar.
I'm gonna put it on my speaker because so you can hear how it sounds with the kids that we recorded it with. La Víbora de la Mar. And then it says Que Llueva as a little section of that song. And that is from Puerto Rico. But La Víbora de la Mar, I think, is pretty famous in Mexico. Okay, so this is, we all say, vamos a cantar. I don't know if you have an instrument or a shaker, we can use it. Okay, there's a lot of drumming. This was one of our recordings that was very fun and interesting and confusing because everybody sings it differently. Vamos a jugar, vamos a jugar, vamos a jugar, el juego de la víbora, a la víbora viva de la mar, por aquí puedes pasar, los de adelante corren mucho, los de atrás se quedan, ran, 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 ran. Una llevando su pena al caer al suelo de polvo de arena, levántate no seas llorona y con mucho gusto te pondremos corona. Y lo despacio a las figuras de la mar, por aquí puedes pasar. Dos de adelante corren mucho, dos de atrás te quedan ran, 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 aquí otra. Una mexicana que ruta tendía, ciruelas, chabacanos, melón y sandía. Una mexicana que fruta tendía, ciruelas, chabacanos, melón y sandía. What do we say? Verbena, verbena, jardín de Matacena. Verbena, verbena, jardín de Matacena. Otra vez. Verbena, jardín de Matacena. Verbena, verbena, jardín de Matacena. There's a million things to say. Campanita de oro, déjame pasar. Con todos mis hijos me los quedaré. Será melón, será sandía, será la vieja del otro día, hija. So that's me singing with my daughters and some other students a long time ago. But it reminded me of, okay, yeah, I gotta go lower. Here. Que llueva la Virgen de la Cueva. Wait, ¿qué? Is that how I go? Los pajaritos cantan, las lunas se levantan, que sí, que no, que caiga el chaparrón. I think I have the melody wrong, so someone correct me later, okay? But, yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Figura de la Mar. I'm sure someone out there has played the game and they play it. But actually, of the songs that I remember my mom singing that little piece. So a lot of times us parents, we might not know a whole song, but we might sing like a little part of the song, right?
Right.
And my mom did say, just to me, you know, sometimes, a la víbora de la mar, por aquí puedes pasar. And I would just hear that. I didn't really hear much of the rest of the song and had to learn it when my kids were learning Spanish.
All right. Well, what's one song that you have, maybe an early song, maybe one of your favorites that you've really shared with your children that they've really taken to?
I think we all sing Los Pollitos, and we would sing the song. I think I sang it last time, Del Barco Chiquitito.
Yes, let's sing it again.
And so let's sing that one. And so my friends out there, I hope you have an instrument. I don't know if you guys have tambores. And so follow along. Los Pollitos is from Chile. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know that. So that's another song that we sing in Spanish from a different country that's not Mexico. Awesome. I'm happy to know that. Okay, let's sing El Barco Chiquitito. And if you don't have an instrument, just make a boat with your hands, okay? Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Y no podía navegar. Pasaron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semanas. Pasaron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semanas. Pasaron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semanas. Y no podía navegar. Y si la historia no les parece larga. Y si la historia no les parece larga. Y si la historia no les parece larga. Volveremos a empezar. You have to go fast at the end. Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Había una vez un barco chiquitito. Y no podía navegar. Aplauso redondo a los que estaban cantando en casa conmigo. Gracias. We sang that. That was one of the first songs I learned. You know, when my children were singing in Spanish, I don't know where I heard it. We have another album. It's a really great album. I'll share it on my Instagram later. And we had this record. And we also had a lot of records. My husband and I, he collects records, and we have records of Jose Luis Orozco, who's the cantante de música infantil. He's actually a friend of mine. And his collection of traditional songs in Spanish just is amazing. He has a lot of albums out. And so I would listen to his songs, and they were used widely in LAUSD. And he would play concerts all the time. So I learned a lot of songs from listening to him. Yeah, from Jose Luis Orozco.
All right. And so you'll be sharing that on your Instagram page, which is?
Oh, it's Music with Sara. So Music with Sara, no H in my name. And you can find me there, or Facebook, or my website, or TikTok.
Well, we're nearing our time. So we thank you so much for sharing your songs with us. We
might need part 2 because I have a lot of songs. Okay.
Well, let's hear another one. Come on.
Okay. Well, here's another one. Actually, a few years ago, many years ago now, maybe 10 years ago, at La Placita, I brought a huge group of. I asked students if they wanted to come sing with us for one of the tree lighting ceremony, and it was probably 10 years ago. And it was beautiful. And so I asked who wanted to join, and guess what? 100 kids signed up. And I would teach them. I taught them for about 6 weeks, just once a week in the evenings, and they all came, rain or shine, to sing with us. And it was a beautiful event. I'm sure we have video out there of that event at La Placita. And this is one of the songs that another teacher shared with us, because it was a song that was really like beloved in her family from her grandfather. It was called El Tortillero. And I don't know where this song is from either. Anybody know? It's called El Tortillero. I think it's a little high. Let's see. Let's go here. If it's too high for me, I might change. Noche oscura. That's a little high. Oh, here. Noche oscura, nada bello, pero llevo mi farol. A tus puertas voy parando y cantando con amor. Más voy cantando con harta pena. ¿Quién compra mis tortillitas? Tortillas buenas. And that was a little song, but I remember singing it there at La Placita, and the kids loved singing it, like knocking on someone's door and standing there ready to sell tortillas. It was super
I'm
cute.
sure. Well, we hear from Samba that El Tortillero is from Argentina.
So cool. Another song from Argentina, I believe, is La Gallina Turuleca. Do you guys have time for that?
Yes, we do.
You sure? Okay,
let's
remember the millions of words in this song.
Well, if you could remember them, we'll enjoy them.
Okay, and if I make a mistake, then you sing it right, okay? Yo conozco una vecina que compraba una gallina que parece una sardina enlatada. Tiene las patas del hambre porque pasa mucha hambre y la pobre está todita desplumada. Pone huevos en la sala y también en la cocina, pero nunca los pone en el corral. La gallina turuleca es un caso singular. La gallina turuleca está loca de verdad. Everybody. La gallina turuleca ha puesto un huevo, puesto 2, ha puesto 3. La gallina turuleca ha puesto 4, puesto 5, puesto 6. Where are we at? 7. La gallina turuleca ha puesto 7, puesto 8, puesto 9. ¿Dónde está esa gallinita? Déjala la pobrecita, déjala que ponga 10. ¿Dónde está esa gallinita? Déjala la pobrecita, déjala que ponga 10. And then that song, you have to sing it like really super fast on the second verse, but it is too fast for me. But it's very fun for kids to learn that song, La Gallina Leca. And so I hope you can learn it or share it with your kids. Super fun.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that one with us.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any questions out there for Sara? Okay. In the meantime, thank you so much, Sara.
Thank you.
We can't wait for you to join us again. and hopefully at La
Fun.
Plaza. As you know, we're
That would be
opening up.
awesome. Maybe we should just end with a lullaby and tone it down so we can all go to bed or take an early afternoon nap, okay?
That's me. I think I want to take an early afternoon nap. So
Okay.
let's
I'm
let's
ready. Thank you so much for having me. It's really a pleasure. It's hard to get back into the hang of everything and speaking so much. So thank you for putting up with me and having fun.
Oh no, it's been a lot of fun for us as well.
Okay, so we're gonna sing Los Pollitos, okay? We're gonna say goodnight, even though it's the morning. So if you're at home, you can just like get cozy, get a pillow, lay down, y vamos a cantar para dormir y decir adiós, okay? Los pollitos dicen pío, 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 cuando tienen hambre, cuando tienen frío. La gallina busca el maíz y el trigo, les da su abrigo, les da su comida y les presta abrigo. Shh, we'll finish. Bajo sus dos alas, acurrucaditos, hasta el otro día, duermen los pollitos.
Oh yes, I'm ready for my nap now.
Me too. I love Well, thank you again, Abelardo. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all out there that came on today. Of course, you could catch Music with Sara. Go to her her website, musicwithsara.com, and then you'll find all her links to her Facebook, Instagram, your Spotify as well, right?
Right. And I just saw last question. Someone's asking if I have any albums coming up. Of course, there's a lot of songs I still really want to record in Espanol, but I'm also recording a song of nursery rhymes in English this summer with my son. So another nursery rhymes album, but promise we have a lot more in Spanish also coming up too.
Fantastic. We can't wait. Well, thank you everybody for joining us on Facebook, on Zoom. If you didn't catch the entire program, or if you'd like to hear it again and see it again, you could go to our YouTube page at La Plaza LA. We're recording it. We'll be putting it on our YouTube page. It's also lives on our Facebook page and also on our website, lapca.org. You could catch all of our past sessions, all 100, almost 160 of them.
Wow.
We've been doing since April, and it's
Awesome.
and you can catch them all, and then also the future ones coming up. You go to our website, lapca.org, and find out what we're doing. Next week, for instance, we're doing a cooking demonstration, agua chile verde con camarón in Espanol. This is on Monday, the 24th of May at 3 o'clock. On May 26th, Wednesday, the founding of La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, from idea to reality, with a couple of the founders of La Plaza, most importantly, Gloria Molina, retired LA County Supervisor, and also Miguel Santana, who is then working as Deputy Director with Gloria Molina, who's now the President and CEO of the Weingart Foundation. They'll be taking us into the past and let us know about the planning, the organization, the construction, and the founding of La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. And finally, on Thursday, May 27th, also with one of the founding Board of Trustee members, Yolanda Nava. She'll be talking about her memoir, Through the Dark. She's a journalist, author, and inspirational singer, and she, another repeat visitor to En Casa con La Plaza. She'll be with us on Thursday. So thank you so much, Sara. Thanks to our sponsors, Kaiser Permanente, PepsiCo. And right after this, if you're still in the mood for some learning, go to our YouTube page at La Plaza LA. We just premiered another edition of our En Familia con La Plaza series. And today you'll learn to make mango poblano chili salsa. So let's go to YouTube, and it's at La Plaza LA, and you learn to make mango poblano chili salsa thanks to our education department.
Super.
All right. Well, that's it for today. Have a great
Adios.
Adios a todos. Bye-bye.
Cuídense.
Thank you, Sara.